Well, welcome to Whites Hill Reserve. We've just kicked off in the this match between the Australian Emus and New Zealand in the women's 20s division. Des Fogarty joining you, and I'm here with Harley Wall. As the Emus have tapped off, they've gone down. And it's Izzy Reid working with Demi Ashurst. Touch Black's able to hold them out on that first set.
Yeah, starting the game at a lightning pace. I really like the way that this is kicked off. Let's see if New Zealand can maintain this pace that Australia's set already.
Good solid tag there. Good technique in that touch from the winger on this side. Touch Black's working hard. Brooke McElwee. But there's a touch pass in and amongst there. Nicely covered, so Emus will get a good opportunity here. They've got good drive, and the heads are down there, powering away through the middle of the field.
Yeah, this is really impressive to watch. A great start so far from Australia.
Good use of the ball. They've got dominance. The players are coming on. They hold up just that fraction of a second. It's going to loop on out the back, but there's a forward pass in there. It's a good heavy contact well after the play, but that shows a bit of intent and a bit of fight back. That's what we like to see early too. So both teams up and ready for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing we've seen tonight, New Zealand haven't won the battle physically, but I think that the New Zealand Women's 20s team here is really saying to Australia, hey, we're not afraid tonight. We're coming at you with everything we've got.
I was talking earlier on in one of the games that Stapuni gets a ball away. I was talking earlier in one of the games that last night at the jersey presentation, the Women's Opens coach captain for Australia, Kimberly Susi, was talking to all of the players, but to the women's 20s and the girls 18s teams specifically, that when you play New Zealand, you're in for a physical battle. And that's certainly been her experience over the last 12 years or so that she's been in the green and gold as she's had 2 World Cups. Captain of the Australian Women's Open side. Good arm wrestle here in the middle of the field for the first couple of minutes of this match, as everyone's just trying to find a rhythm, trying to assert some dominance. There's a little bit of a forward pass here though in the roll by, so this will be a really good opportunity for Australia here.
Yeah, great opportunity for Australia, but equally for New Zealand, who just couldn't quite get all the way to the sub box to make the interchange and get the timing of players onto the field that they would have liked.
Mia Rogers working here with Caitlin Presswidge. Presswidge dives across and she's over for the first try. Nice little quarterback play. Caitlin Presswidge first on the board for the Australian Emus in this women's 20s match.
Flying start, as we've mentioned already. Just the defensive response here from New Zealand, just a little bit too late to get off the line here, but equally a great little setup here from Presswidge. She looks at the counties play. They had the sweep option there, but they didn't need to follow through with that. The follow play is just the right option there.
Perfectly done. So claiming no touch here. That's I'm pretty sure that's Taylor Sykes claiming no touch. There's a penalty against Australia though. So Kiwis will tap off here. Brooke McElwee gets the ball back. Has a dive for the line, but well covered on that side by Layla Ritchie. McElwee again. The sweeper's coming around the back. McElwee gets a nice and early ball up for Marshall Barton, who's ripped one out to the right, and the ball has got down. Beautiful finish.
Oh, hang on. Just a second.
Oh, maybe.
I think the referee's come back for a penalty. Maybe the touch was applied.
Oh, okay. Everyone was celebrating. There must have been a touch, and then he's come back over to the other side of the field for players not moving forward.
But equally, we can see on the replay there an absolute ripper of a pass from Marshall Barton.
And she's got to get out this side. Oh, yeah, just a body collision there as the ball goes out of play. Will be a penalty for a forward pass. Or perhaps, no, forward pass. Kiala Duff kicks them off and brings the Emus underway. halfway and a couple of tags. Rolling down, coming onto the field here. Maggie O'Reilly. Heavy contact. Player on the deck. That's O'Reilly. So she's earned herself a penalty for the Australian side.
We spoke about the physicality. I think it's going to be really prominent in this game. While physicality is also important, so too is discipline.
Yeah, absolutely. And the forward pass there, that was a nice little effort there for McCurley out on this side. She snuck underneath the winger. Not 100% sure whether the touch was made or not, but there's a forward pass a little bit earlier on. It's something that, is it something that for you guys, Harley, if you're in a tour group, your teams have taken some fairly significant beatings in terms of the scoreboards so far this afternoon. That's something that sort of revs the players up, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Anytime you play against Australia, almost doesn't matter what sport, you really want to rise to the occasion. But if we're not winning the big battles, how can we win the smaller ones? And that's, I think, been the key message we can hear so far from some of the New Zealand coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. Tapuni trying to sneak through, but on last touch, no space for her to get through. So driving through the centre of the field. A little bit of reaching for the touch there, Jess Crow. Just made the tag. Emu's streaming onto the field. That's Presswidge. Lala Duff taking off. She's going to drop the ball back in. Look to get to half, but it's gone through the hands from Presswidge out to the winger. And that's going to be a lovely try out on that side. It was sort of just the play kind of held up a little bit.
Yeah, really clever play here from Kiala Duff. They got a bit static. Nothing kind of came on. And then held. Manages to find her link. And then there was some space out there on the left-hand side. And just a great finish there by Australia to score another try here.
Yeah, Charlotte Vandermeer, she scored a whole bunch of tries when Australia played earlier in the day. She's got some pace. Didn't really need the pace on that one, just the technique to finish that one off. All the work was done inside by Duff and Presswidge, as there's a forward pass. Some of those little ones that were letting go at the start of the day, the referees are starting to tighten up on.
Yeah, they would have had a chat about it during the day, of course. We've got a big group of referees here, and a big thank you to all of them who've put their hand up to help out at this event. But we have noticed quite a few forward passes being called. Ooh.
Just clipped a foot on her way through there. That was Mia Rogers, just clipped the foot of one of her teammates. Went face down. Zoe Genrich, the referee there. Genrich, rather, the referee just indicating a not clean roll ball. So New Zealand have got it, and they're back underway. Good use of the space there. That's really helped them out because they didn't get enough drive on those first couple of tags, and that's something that all the coaches I've seen have been talking about so far today. Good pace from McCowie, but not enough space out on this side for Maria Huo. How did I go with that?
Yeah, close.
Oh,
She's got a tough name, Arita Modihoho. But equally for the Australian teams, just very, very patient when they're on defence, and the same again when they're on attack.
Yeah.
Just playing calm and composed, and it's working well for them so far.
Taylor Sykes must have just made a tag there on the Kiwi player who's pulling out, calling for no touch. Sixth touch, lost track of the count. So New Zealand back onto it. Good use of the ball, but it just stumbles at the critical moment. So New Zealand are going to have to start from the standing start on toe.
Yeah, and that's what's getting them caught behind a little bit. If they can maintain that rolling momentum, then they'll put themselves in a better space to try and strike and score.
Yeah, and Tapuni's just let that one go past her, and then it's hit the deck. Amy's first two touches, but that's gone straight through the hands of Maggie O'Reilly. It can be a little bit tough to see sometimes, that ball coming out. You don't know exactly where the lights are hitting and what bits go, and it does affect your three-dimensional kind of judgment of your distance.
And it's affecting both teams as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It has really cooled off here in the last hour or so, hasn't it? Like,
yes, it does feel like we're in New Zealand again.
Yep. My Tasmanian beanie is on.
A great diving touch there on the wing. Australia have to return back to halfway to play.
So here's Mia Rogers. Unmistakable shape. Rolling through the middle of the field. Working. Oh, they just couldn't find it. She couldn't link up with each other there, Rogers and Duff. Duff was looking for the options, but was overrun and kind of fizzled out a little bit into nothing as Duff's making this tag. Vandermeer does really well to get up into make that touch because that was dangerous. Rolling through all the way. This is Herbunga, but Gemma Rowcroft not able to cleanly pick that one up. Just trying to remember, did Gemma play Opens Women's? Or
yeah, that's
mixed?
correct. Yeah, so Gemma Rowcroft was one of the members that took the field at the Open Trans-Tasman, so she'll bring a lot of experience to this New Zealand 20 women's team as well.
It's something that we talked about a few times today is good pick up. Taylor Sykes got some good speed through there. There's a desperate touch attempt being made by Jasmine Munro, but it's found its way through to, I think that's Izzy Reed, number 9. Good pace from Taylor Sykes. Ball in two hands, looking both ways, flicks it out the back, and Izzy Reed's able to find enough space to drop that one down. So there it is, 2-0 to Australia.
Number 9, Izzy Reed.
Might actually be 3-0.
3 tries to 0.
New Zealand lining themselves up. This is McKelvey again. Didn't see a lot of McKelvey when I called the New Zealand game earlier in the day, but no, that looked like it was a try for all money. That everybody was celebrating that one, and that's been called back for a forward pass. Yeah,
we've seen quite a lot of left to right balls tonight, which have been awesome to see, but quite a few of them have just drifted forward from their hands. Unfortunately, the referee's in the spot there to call that one forward, to the dismay there, you could say, of the New Zealand team in particular. Arita Marihoho.
Emu's underway. There's some good solid contact there in the middle of the field. That's good defence. But the Emus have now got onto the front foot. That's a beautiful drive in. The ball's got it now to Duff. She's going to loop it back there. Didn't get enough of her body in behind the ball, and it's kind of just hung up in the air and didn't get enough distance. Beautiful set.
Yeah, what's great to see is that Australia are utilising all the different weapons that they've got in their toolbox. You know, they'll pick from half one time, they'll throw long on another. So New Zealand really keep guessing about what Australia's going to throw at them.
Duff working out on this side. She's going to drift in now after this touch and back into her position and swaps out with Caitlin Blade. Nice right to left ball. This one's going to get called back as a touch. Oh, nice little offload back across the next one, and now they've got momentum. Good hands across through to the far side, Vandermeer, but now there's an infringement. Referee Zoe Genrick working with John Hamstra and Sam Taylor out on this field of the referees.
Yeah, although that led to an error from Australia, the way they started that set with a lot of depth and moving forward was really good. So if they continue to apply that from their end, they'll definitely get down the other end of the field each time.
Yeah, there's some real fluidity to the way that they're driving at the moment, isn't it? And that's the sign of a team that's really worked hard, well together, and are feeling comfortable in a game. It's when the team's a little bit disjointed that things go a little bit odd. But Gemma Rowcroft there throwing a long ball that's drifted forward. For New Zealand here, it's just going to be about executing like some of those. It might even be a little bit of taking it back a little bit, allow that technique of the pass and allow the touch to be made on the end of it, and then like get that confidence to be able to throw the pass in the with the right technique, and then
No,
then
that's
start to dial it up a bit.
absolutely. Get the basics right, get that execution right, and I think good things will come.
Vandermeer down, sweeping onto the field. Taylor Sykes is coming on, I think. Yeah, that's Sykes with the ball. Drops back in for Sykes, and then she's able to slice through. Good little bit of ball work between Sykes out on that side, and I think that's Vandermeer on the wing.
Try score by Australia at number 1, Taylor Sykes.
Yeah, that's right. We can see here just a great pick. Pushes the ball to the wing, but stays alive, follows the ball, gets the ball back. And unfortunately there from Riley Piping, was unable to make the touch, and another great try from Australia.
There was just a moment's pause, like hesitation from her, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Where she's just gone, the ball's gone out to the wing, the job's done. And then the ball comes back and it's like, uh-oh.
Unfortunately, another forward pass spotted by the referees. Australia now working out, but again, it looks like another error.
This is a correct call. Just not, and this is where the touch, like where New Zealand are keeping themselves in the game. Their midfield defence is really quite, like they're making good solid touches. They're trying to win the contest to that roll ball and win that battle. It's a nice ball over the top, but the wingers caught a long way infield and it just drifts away from our winger on this side, which is Chelsea Summers. But they're doing the right thing in patches. They need to put it all together and they need to execute that last pass.
Yeah, absolutely. As we can see, the pressure being applied here again from New Zealand.
Some good shooting, good structure to their midfield defence. Australia sweeping on. Good use of the ball. This is Presswidge working with working with Mia Rogers, and then the ball's gone to ground from Hannah Forbes, but again, fluid coming on just then, that last little bit that doesn't quite work together. Good I was about to say good contest in that touch, but it just was a little bit too much shoulder and not enough hand to absorb the contact, and so the penalty is applied.
Yeah, some really good discipline is actually still being shown by Australia. But equally, defensively, you can see them maintaining their balance. So New Zealand's really got their work cut out for them if they want to try and score some points before half-time.
Ooh, good effort there from Bella Lister. She's come around on the sweep. They're going to call that one forward as well. She came around on the sweep. She got in underneath, and it was very, very close to whether she got the ball down or not, but forward off the roll ball. Good driving set again. Sweeping on. This is the Sykes group working with Demi Ashurst. Taylor Sykes rips one right to left. Great depth. It's going to be finished out on that side. Pretty sure that's Lauren McCurley. Number 5, we'll hear the call in a second, but beautiful ball there from Sykes. She's having a really good game so far.
And a lot of it comes from this part of the field here, the great platform that Demi Ashurst sets up for her, and equally an outstanding long ball out to Lauren McCurley on the wing. Another fantastic try from Australia.
And it's that drive in those first couple of touches, and that's what coaches have been talking about all day. Get that real flow on, get yourself going up the field, build some momentum so that those players coming onto the field have got something to work with. Gemma Rowcroft now. Looks like there's going to be a sweeper. No, we're going to run a middle peel. Again, that ball's popped up. It's floated out there. It's intercepted on the wing here by Charlotte Vandermeer. But there's an over the mark roll ball. No, or a forward. This will be a forward pass one. Yep, there it is.
Of course, our referees work as a team to make those decisions. You could see the controlling referee in the middle there, John Hampshire, just getting some advice from a support referee on the sideline on those calls there.
Yeah, so here's McCalvey as the siren's going. There's not going to be much on there. Bella Lister's tried to create something, but really dominant performance, I think you could probably say, from Australia in the first half there. It's 5-0. over New Zealand. There's some really positive signs for New Zealand. They've just got to get some depth.
You can assume that if they can slow down Australia on the transition, especially in the middle of the field, which is where Australia are doing a lot of damage, then they'll be able to claw their way back into this, provided they can execute on the other end as well.
Yeah. As the New Zealand team will tap off, they're heading left to right. Nice little bit of play. I'm not 100% convinced that pass went backwards, but that one's been all cleared. So with just a couple of touches to go, we're working here. This is Karena on the ball now. Saw her earlier today in the game that I was calling, and she absolutely tore apart their opponents with pace from half. She was really strong going through from half. Haven't seen her have a go at that against Australia yet. Some good contact early again from New Zealand, and that's forced an error. We'll see if it's 7 on. So an incorrect substitution error. Been a real trend in the last 18 months or so in over on this side of the world that referees are white hot on making sure that players are off the field before players come on.
And of course this has gifted New Zealand an opportunity to set up their attack. Oh, but unfortunately it looks like a forward pass again from the half to the receiver. So Australia back in position.
Yeah, might have even been the one back the other way. Bella Lister's taken a bit of a tumble in the middle of the field with nobody around, but she's recovered. She's in good body position now. Australia rolling down to this end of the field, to the right end from their perspective. Presswich rolls. And good solid tag. Mia Rogers gives a bit of a hospital pass out for Izzy Reid, who gets absolutely poleaxed, ends up on her back. And New Zealand earns an offside penalty.
Just a penalty there for ruck interference. I think just a little bit casual getting back on side to the referee. But here we see some great work being done in the middle of the field by Gemma Rowcroft as she teams up with Riley Peibinger. Oh, and another unforced error.
Yeah, this is not square in the roll ball, so this will just be a roll ball, but it's not facing forward, and it's a skill error, a fundamental skill error. At this level, you really don't want to be seeing. Good ball through the hands here by Australia as they work their way all the way over to the box. It's a real subtle difference, but you can see the Australians, when they're running their subset, they're getting all the way over to the sideline to run their box. So their players are coming on from position as Kiara Duff just floats one up, whereas the New Zealand sides are sort of holding it about that 10 metres from the sideline, about as far over as they get. So their players are actually having to run further to get off and then further to get on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're actually having to work harder.
Yeah.
And it affects the timing from that pass, especially from the half, especially on the third touch, as we can see coming up here, where that touch is made a little bit further away from the box. The players have to run further to get on.
Yeah. They're looking for momentum. That's the call from the box here from New Zealand. They're at halfway. They're driving in for the last touch. Taken off by Tapuni. She's managed to dummy one and get through. Bella Lister's got the ball here driving, but covered by Lala Duff. But there was some good finish to the set, even though the first half of it was no good. Well, that's a bit harsh, but...
a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're right, getting the hand being moved through the players' hands is going to open up those opportunities for New Zealand. Australia now back on attack.
Yeah, Bella Lister kind of harshly penalised there for not returning the ball, and I don't think she really moved any distance at all without returning it, as Hannah Forbes has just placed the ball down a little bit above the ground height, and it bobbles. Referees pick up on it, and the effects you may have just heard the New Zealand players doing a bit of congratulations amongst themselves for the hard work in defence. Good drive there by Jasmine Munro. McCowie gets it back in. She's going to be back to half. That's going to go forward, though. Out of the roll ball. The timing sweep was not 100% right. It just, sweeper went early rather than the play not running. Sometimes you see those timings get out of whack because of a good solid touch in the roll ball, and it slows everything down. This one, the sweeper's just gone early.
Yeah, no, exactly. And we spoke about execution. The pass this time, the execution on the pass looked great. But, of course, it was the pass from the half to the sweeper that was the penalty there.
Yeah, the finish on it was actually really good.
Really
so
good.
That's the positive that they can be taking, is that they're actually getting, like, if they can just tidy up those forward passes, get that extra metre depth, maybe even 2 metres, the rest of their play will work well. But Australia loses count of the touches, tries a strike dump on 6. That doesn't work anymore, if it ever did. Caitlin Pressridge getting caught up in the roll ball. Gives away another 10 metres. That was well won, well earned by New Zealand there. So, New Zealand, Gemma Rowcroft driving. She's got good movement. Getting herself down the field here. She's got the ball straight back in her hands again and again. So she's going to control everything as Australia gives away yet another penalty. This time, this one that's Mia Rogers has gone a little bit too hard. So they're now inside the 7 metres. So for anybody that was thinking that might mean 3 penalties in a row, means somebody off, it only kicks in once defence actually steps inside the 7. Rowcroft's sweeping around to the short side. She's going to get the ball, step back, and it's nothing on. So she holds, realigns, resets. Smart play. Rowcroft again. Steps off the right foot. They've got the numbers, and then they've hit the hole. The ball's gone backwards. And they're finally on the board here. Really good work from Gemma Rowcroft. She really dominated that set of possession for New Zealand, and they get good reward for effort.
Yeah, part of the positive that came from that set was the ability for the attack to really make the Australians move right and left. And an excellent cut there on the inline from Lamai Mataiti to score New Zealand's first try for the women's 20.
Mataiti hit a beautiful hole. She was really sharp line too, and that's what actually really gave her that extra bit of space to slice through. So nicely done for New Zealand there. Then there's some smiles and a bit of encouragement amongst themselves here now. And now they've held out Australia on the reply set. That's always the momentum builder that you want. So New Zealand back into this game, I think. At 5 tries to 1.
And some great yards there from Bella Lister. McCoy with the ball now.
And we've just heard I don't know if you could hear that one, but coach just saying we've won the last 6 sets and we finally got one. McCoy gets through, but can't link up.
But a great option there. It's awesome to see that she took the chance to strike through, break the line, teamed up with her mate there on the left, but unfortunately just a little bobble as the ball was being grounded.
Yeah, Australian defender was really quite close out on that side, and I think that was Cara Mutchin that was trying to get the ball down. O'Reilly strike dump for Jess Crow. Oh, good contact. I'm not entirely sure how O'Reilly managed to pick that ball up from the deck. That was very, very low. So New Zealand making good use of the ball. There's some really strong communication coming from the referee on the far side to us. It sounded like he was trying to call for a particular penalty, but it was just the communication to the players, making sure that they obviously weren't acknowledging that he was telling them to work harder to get onside. Starting to get a little bit of performative frustration.
We've seen in, not just this game, but some of the games prior that, Australia do a really good job of applying pressure, especially early in the touch count, and the responsibility for the referee there is just to get them back onside.
Yep. High press is always, it's hard work. It requires a lot of fitness, a lot of coordination, a lot of preparation. Pressridge gets that ball out out to the wing, but it doesn't quite make it. Bounces off the hands and out of play. Yeah, it takes a lot of coordination, it takes a lot of fitness, a lot of communication amongst yourselves, but it can be super effective. The number of times that you can shut down with really good, strong, high press, the number of times you can stop a team from even getting out of their own half is unbelievable at times. As there's another skill error. Critical spot on the field, though. You don't want to be having errors down this side. It's a full set of 6, starting from the 7-metre line. Sweeping around. Oh, the ball's just not going to hand for Layla Ritchie. So off the hook. New Zealand now. Oh, close. Must be 99 centimetres over. Ritchie making good, strong touch, but that one is... She's now penalised because of too much hip, not enough hand.
When defender players are making the touch, the expectation from the referees in today's game in particular is to make sure they're leading with their hands and not other parts of their body.
Lister working with Karana and Tapuni. Tapuni splits. Gets the ball back. She's going to look to set. No, there's going to be a middle peel. A step back. There's nobody there. Tapuni wasn't able to get around. On that play, she needs to wrap hard and really drag that link out. That ball's gone forwards. Intercepted by Vandermeer, who's going to simply take the 0 for the intercept. Get the fast play. So there's no advantage, or there is the advantage for the forward pass. Australia driving down. Again, close to the box. Subs come on. Some good use here. That's Sykes on the ball. Good footwork from Sykes, and she's created something out of nothing. And the ball's through the hands. And Lauren McCurley's just going to be able to stroll over out on the far side.
We saw some of this creative magic from Sykes in the first half, and she's continuing on with this strong form to be able to bounce her way through the defence, shift the ball to the right wing for another great try from Lauren McCurley.
And in fact, it's Caitlin Blade out on that side. She's just too agile in that space. No space to move. Big, hard left foot step with the wonderfully pink or orange boots. And, yeah, Caitlin Blade able to just stroll over for the try. New Zealand trying something with pace. Asking the question of the referee, did they make it the 7 metres? Good pick up and speed. And the ball will end up on the deck for a changeover in the best position for New Zealand. You can see the shooters from New Zealand not as active as what we've been talking about that Australia have been doing. And the one time that they are, the winger comes in to shut down and the pass is able to duck outside her, and Caitlin Blade's able to pick up 15 metres. Jess Crow with a good finish, but that's a really good touch, and I think that's Jasmine Munro has made a saving, desperate touchdown in the corner there on Jess Crow. After I think that was Izzy Reid got through from half.
A good little dart down the sideline there from Cara Mustian. We spoke earlier about the defence, and they're running quite different systems as well. You can see that when Australia lift defensively, there's 2 of them that are lifting, and that's perhaps something that New Zealand should consider. Especially on transition, we can see that often New Zealand's just sending that one player up.
Oh, that's a really not a good pass from Jess Crow. I try to figure out exactly what adjective to use there. It wasn't a tired pass. She's not tired. It's only second game of the day. It was just not a concentrated, focused pass. Possibly that's roughly where you are. Gemma Rowcroft will step off the left foot, kicks out. Carla Duff in position to make a saving touch, but so is Jess Crow. Rowcroft and Piebanger. Piebanger on the ball. There's some good movement on this little place. A couple of times they've run this one. where the ball carrier ends up going in between a couple of support players and they peel apart away from each other. Not sure it's creating exactly what they want them to.
Yeah, and what New Zealand are getting stuck with is they're running plays and they're getting to a point, but almost they're just running the play. You know, they're not kind of spotting the point of the attack that they really can maximise their opportunity to score from.
Yeah, there's a forward pass off the roll ball there. That one was a bit disjointed. It's one of those ones where the pattern determines, you know, am I going to pass the ball to the winger if their winger comes in or not? That time, their winger, the New Zealand winger, didn't come in. Just held onto the ball, taking the touch, which meant that the Australian winger had to change her momentum and get into half, and then it's just everybody's overrun. So sweeping on here. Corley. Sorry, that was Karina. Tapuni sweeping around. They've got their timing wrong again, but this time it's picked up from half by Karina. And the ball goes to ground out on the wing, on the far side. Hasn't been a lot of try-scoring action in this second half, and there's only been one each way. And there's only about 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's been a real grind. New Zealand's been able to stand up defensively to slow down some of the Australian attack on transition, which we spoke about at half-time. Let's see if they can do it again here.
Oh, nice ball, but not able to be dragged in there by Hannah Forbes. But, yeah, I think New Zealand probably going to come away from this with a bit of renewed confidence, I would suspect. They held them to 1-1 so far in the second half.
And we noticed in the first half there were a lot of errors. There were some issues with the subbing and the teamwork, and they've slowly addressed it and made some good adjustments as the game's gone on.
So Macaulay working with Lister, good pick up. Last touch, Lister's got it, but no space for the New Zealand team to slice through. Hannah Forbes makes the tag. And Australia back on. Good couple of passes, good ball movement. 3 passes out to the wing. It's going to straighten up now, steady. Sweepers will come on. Nice drive and roll ball there, but was it
just a bobble on the ground, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Just as she rolled the ball.
Good shooting up here. That's Maggie O'Reilly. She's come a long way with pace, and it's not only has it made it a touch with no half in position, it's resulted in an error of a forward pass off the roll ball and a turnover. So that's disappointing, but that's a really well earned through the strong defensive pressure that Australia have put on here. Jess Crow working with O'Reilly. Kiala Duff's going to get the ball. I'd expect a right foot step. Back across the body. O'Reilly gets it down, looking for the second phase. O'Reilly again off the deck, but no, they're going to resettle. Crow settles. Back across for Duff. It's 5th touch. Duff's going to fling one right to left. And has managed to find the gap. Probably the furthest distance from any Australian side, any Australian player, but
again,
another one.
Just another error. Forward pass from the ruck is the call from the referee. So just trying to go through the motions too quickly, getting the basics just a little bit wrong there.
Concentration being the key message, I would suspect, from the coaches here. Concentration. We've only got a minute to go. Focus all the way through the rest of the half. Some good footwork from Duff. Has earned the penalty for not moving forward. Duff with a little quickie, the step back, the ball has made it down. The last second despairing dive, and is that Jess Crow in 10, or is that... No.
Number 2, Holly Ruff.
Holly Ruff, number 2.
7 tries to 1.
Simple quarterback play. It's a quickie. Straight off the ground to Duff, and then she's able to drop the ball back in for Raff to slide over.
Yeah, Kiala Duss had a really strong game tonight. She's been one of the leaders for the Australian team.
She's not what I would consider a strong personality, but she's really like leads well in the team. So as the siren goes, the New Zealanders not able to execute the last little pass there. Final score 7-1. Much better second half here from New Zealand. It was only a 2-1 second half. They are pretty happy with themselves in the box. They've done a good second half effort.